Hey there guys, what's up? Paladin here once again with another YouTube video for you all today. And once again I am using the X07s, if you may have noticed. If you didn't, then well, good on you. If you also hadn't noticed, my voice is a little bit better. Trying to get through this as quick as possible because I know some people bitch about me making my intros like too long because I talk about random stuff before getting to the actual video. Well, I apologize. It's just I don't make videos too often anymore, so I have to inform my subscribers of what the hell is going on. So anyways, still have my cold, but as I'm trying to make this quick here, the fan is basically angled at me in a direction where it hopefully won't hit the X07s. To quickly explain why am I not using the X12s, the X12s are like a 50-50 kind of thing. If I turn on the computer, sometimes it'll make a staticky noise in the background while I'm trying to record. Otherwise, if it doesn't, then it just basically is fine. It doesn't pick up anything, and it's a very great mic. However, half the time it has a staticky sound in the background which irritates the living shit out of me. The X07s never do. However, the X07s are very, very fucking sensitive, hence why I never really use them that much and just stick to my guns and usually use the X12s. However, I'm trying to get, this video recorded and everything, so I don't want to have to restart my computer a million times to make sure that a staticky sound isn't going off while I'm trying to use my X12s. Anyways, now that that's out of the way, I've only spent a minute of your time or so. So let me get into the matches. And oh my god, yes, I'm actually doing a review of a pay-per-view. Why am I doing this, you may ask? Because sometimes I don't do it. As of recent, I don't really do it. I'm going to be reviewing all those pay-per-views that I've missed. It just give me some time. I got to rewatch them. I don't want to rewatch this one. Which already gives you a sign that I didn't like this pay-per-view. Yeah, spoiler warning. I hate this fucking pay-per-view. So yeah, let me just tell you something right off the bat here, including the pre-show. This is including the pre-show. All the matches on the... Well, okay, no, not all. What am I saying? 3 of the matches. There we go. 3 of the matches on this pay-per-view are under 6 minutes, including the pre-show. That means the pre-show itself as well is under 6 minutes. That is terrible. That is horrible. What is going on with your time management, WWE? So, I don't know what the hell happened here, but, alright, so let me just start off with the pre-show and then continue down. I actually, as usual, didn't really watch the pre-show, so I apologize for that. I don't really care for the pre-show usually, though, so I don't usually watch it. R-Truth surprisingly beat King Barrett, aka Wade Barrett, in a singles match, so that's very surprising. He beat him. That's all I got to say about that since I didn't watch the match, so I can't really commentate on it. My voice is feeling better, so I might talk a little bit more about the matches. But anyways, next up we've got, the ladder match, the main ladder match. We have Sheamus versus Neville versus Roman Reigns versus Randy versus Kofi versus Kane versus Ziggler with Lana. Money in the Bank ladder match for the, contract to get a fight for the World Heavyweight Championship. So, this match lasted for, 20 minutes and 50 seconds. Like I said, the pre-show only lasted, under 6 minutes. It was 5 minutes and 41 seconds in case you actually wanted the actual time. But this match, the Money in the Bank match, almost lasted about 21 minutes, basically. Holy crap. This is... How can I put this? This isn't the worst Money in the Bank ladder match, but it's far from the best. Or even far from being really, really that good. There were a good couple of spots in it, I'll give it that. Kofi Kingston didn't do anything amazing, which really bothered me. He didn't do jack shit. That seemed really cool at all, to be honest. So that was a thing. Kane barely did jack shit in this match, mainly sat outside the ring, interrupted every now and then when somebody that you wanted to win actually fucking win. Somebody that you wanted to win, didn't actually win because he interrupted them. Had to correct myself there, that sounded a little weird. And so, Randy landed 5 RKOs in this match, which was really awesome. That was a good highlight. Roman Reigns did a powerbomb to Kofi on a ladder, and then I believe he also powerbombed Neville, I believe, as well on top of him, if I remember correctly, on top of the ladder as well. Then he did a spear, I believe, to Randy Orton after that, I believe. I can't remember off the top of my head. I apologize, guys. The last match of this pay-per-view drained the shit out of me, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I really didn't care about this match because guess who won? Sheamus won. Okay, I'm not going to say Sheamus is the worst wrestler ever. He's definitely not. He's far from it. He's just the person that I least wanted to probably win this besides Kane or Kofi Kingston. I thought for sure Roman Reigns was going to win this just so he could turn heel and everything, and then they'd have all that set up and junk, but he didn't, so Sheamus won. I don't understand. Adrian Neville actually looked like he was going to win, but it was way too soon for the guy, so that wasn't going to happen. And I thought that somebody was going to interrupt Sheamus again, but that didn't happen. So Sheamus won. And so as a rating, since I actually watched this match, I'm not going to give a rating to the pre-show because I didn't watch it. I got to say, this is going to be a 2.5 out of 5. 2.5 out of 5. Not that great of a Money in the Bank ladder match, to be honest. A lot of the matches on here, before some of the, a lot of the matches on here are kind of lackluster, to be completely honest with you. It's not a great pay-per-view, especially considering when you look back at Elimination Chamber 2 weeks ago. That was amazing. Which, again, I will be reviewing that later later in the year when I finally rewatch it, but this is a giant step down from the last pay-per-view. Anyways, so next up, surprisingly, the Divas match was really early. But yet we have another disappointment. The crowd was completely behind Paige for the most part during this entire match. It was a singles match for the WWE Divas Championship. It went on for 11 minutes and 18 seconds. Surprisingly, it went over 10 minutes by an extra minute and 18 seconds. However, Nikki Bella retained. And nobody really wanted that. Nobody really wanted that at all. If you can hear my mouse click, by the way, it's because it's this, like I said, the XO7s are fucking ridiculous. They're really sensitive. But anyways, yeah, it's WWE, do you know how to book your women? Actually, no, I shouldn't say WWE in general. Vince McMahon, do you know how to book fucking women? Stop sucking Cena's dick and people who are related to. Stop letting Cena, blow your dick. I can see that you both blow each other pretty goddamn hard. And because Nikki Bella is on Total Divas, and she's the star of Total Divas, and she's the champion right now, and she's related, technically speaking, not related, but, with John Cena right now. So that means that she just has to win, right? No. God, why is this woman, I swear to God, my friend talked about it during the actual pay-per-view when we were watching it. If fucking Nikki beats AJ's streak of being, the longest diva to hold it in the modern era, at least I think AJ is, just because she quit and she's with CM Punk, I'm gonna go ballistic. If Nikki Bella beats AJ's fucking record, I'm gonna go ballistic. Paige, I'm tired of seeing the match. But Battleground 2015, which is the next pay-per-view, Paige better get a rematch and better fucking win this time. Because they are this was a decent match. But they underutilized Paige so much. And if you actually pay close attention to the match, Paige actually kind of carries the match. You can see that she kind of carries the match. So, just give Paige the fucking title. Just stop letting Nikki retain and give Paige the title. That's all I gotta say. Just please. The first 3 matches of this pay-per-view, of the actual pay-per-view, not including the pre-show, have been heavily disappointing. Which, spoiler warning, getting to the third match now. The third match is a fucking disappointment. Actually, I didn't give a rating to the Divas match. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 because it wasn't a horrible match, but the outcome wasn't that good. It would have been probably a 3.5 if Paige actually won. I know I'm being a little biased here, but I'm just tired of seeing Nikki with the fucking title. A lot of people are, to be honest. It's not just me. So, anyways, next up we have Big Show versus Ryback, who is the Intercontinental Champion. The match went on for, under 6 minutes. Actually, less than the pre-show. 5 minutes and 28 seconds. So, WWE, I don't know where your time management is, but anyways, Ryback, technically speaking, retained his title, but Big Show won because Miz interrupted and started beating up on Big Show, so it basically gave Big Show the win because it counted as him assisting Ryback, which was stupid. So, I'm actually not going to lie, I'm going to give this match a 2.5 out of 5 already, to explain. The match wasn't that bad. It actually wasn't. Ryback, as I thought, was going to do this as a test of power. And he actually decently dominated the Big Show. It was actually a pretty neat match. It was back and forth a little bit, but he did somewhat dominate the Big Show, showing his power. He even got a suplex off. I'm not sure if he got a spine buster off, but I know he got that nice suplex off. I know I remember that. So it was actually a pretty decent match in terms of that. However, the match was too short, and the match ended via disqualification. Not the way how I want to see a champion retain his title and win. Just very stupid and poor, so that's why it's getting a 2.5 out of 5. Next up, oh boy. Oh boy, I'm going to rant about this one. John Cena defeated Kevin Owens. I'm going to say it right now, right off the bat. Champion versus champion match, 19 minutes and 15 seconds. Holy crap. Wow. At this point, before this match even started, by the way, it was like 9:15. So just throwing it out there, the time management, as you can see, is quite horrible right now, and it's going to get worse. So, still sick. I apologize if I sniffle or cough every now and then. I may edit it out, but I apologize if I don't. But moving on, this match gives me an aneurysm. So, has anybody noticed how if John Cena fights somebody, then loses against them, and then fights them again, and the rubber band match, I like to call it the rubber band match because it's a rubber band. You know, when you fling a rubber band at somebody, it has an impact, and, you know, if they fling it back at you or something, you know, it... Actually, a rubber band is sort of kind of a okay term, but I'd like to probably say it's more like a boomerang, to be honest, where... Let's say let's say Kevin Owens is the boomerang. He's being thrown. He's going somewhere. However, the boomerang comes back and hits Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is the boomerang. He runs into a fucking tree or something. I don't know. That was a bad analogy, but whatever. I'm just trying to make a joke here, and it was a bad joke. If you actually laughed at it, though, I thank you for laughing and thinking that was funny, even though it was kind of a bad joke. But anyways, Cena did not need to win this. Cena did not need to win this. He always... The proof is in the fucking pudding. With The Rock, he did it. Technically speaking, with Brock Lesnar, I believe he did it. Brock Lesnar beat him first in like 2003, I believe, 2002, somewhere around there. And then later on, he comes back. Cena beats him all those years later in 2012, I believe it was, in 2012 Extreme Rules. And it's a constant thing where if Cena loses the first match, he needs to then make some sort of a comeback and then win the second fucking match. Well, I hope Kevin Owens versus Cena 3 happens at Battleground. And Kevin Owens made a statement when he lost this match. Cena tried to play it off, be the good guy, raise his hand after Cena won, and, you know, because he pushed Cena to the limit and crap like that. Which I'm going to say, this match was a great match. The outcome was just bad. So, yeah, Kevin Owens lost. After he lost, Cena tried to be a good guy and raise his hand, you know, compliment him and crap. Kevin Owens ain't going to take that shit. Kicked Cena in the gut, threw him out of the ring, did the pop-up powerbomb on the ring apron like he did to Sami Zayn, and damaged his back pretty heavily, and Cena had to be escorted out by officials. And before Kevin Owens left, he pointed at the U.S. title and said, "I want that one." Or at least he said something similar to that. So that gives me the impression that Kevin Owens is going to lose his NXT title soon to somebody, most likely Samoa Joe. And he's going to go to the WWE in Battleground, beat Cena, hopefully, for the U.S. title and get the U.S. title then. I will be completely happy with that. If Kevin Owens does some sort of a boomerang thing to Cena, then fine. Kevin Owens versus Cena 3, I'll take it. Kevin Owens and Cena are putting on great matches, so I'm fine with it, even though Kevin Owens does most of the offense in the matches, if you haven't actually noticed. As Kevin Owens said, he mainly dominated Cena in the first time they fought in Elimination Chamber, and it was more back and forth this time, but it still, the outcome is just fucking stupid. How are you gonna have Kevin Owens be perfectly fine after the match, still powerbomb Cena, do everything, whatever, and just be fine, and then basically kind of hint at the next match that's going to happen between them? It's really stupid. I think it's really retarded, honestly. It's terrible. Now, next, continuing into that trend of bad timing here on your matches, WWE. Now, Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't rate the John Cena and Kevin Owens match. That's going to get a 3.5 out of 5. That, like I said, it was a pretty good match. But anyway, so yeah, the next match, primetime players, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil versus The New Day, Big E and Xavier Woods, who were the champions at the time. Kofi's not competing because he was in the ladder match, and he probably got hurt somewhat during the match, so they decided to tag him out for Xavier Woods. So yeah, the New Day won, or I'm sorry, not the New Day. Oh, God, thank God the New Day didn't win. The primetime players won, which was great, because I like the primetime players. However, the match only went on for 5 minutes and 48 seconds, slightly longer than the pre-show, but not long enough. The primetime players looked amazing in the Elimination Chamber. Again, the Elimination Chamber 2015 was a really good pay-per-view, and I can't wait to actually review that. But the primetime players winning this was pretty good. However, because the match was too damn short and nobody really had a good time to do any really good pops or stunts and everything, I guess I should kind of say, or moves, I guess I should rather say anyways, it just didn't feel like, fulfilling, I guess. It didn't feel like a very good win on their part. It's cool that they won, but I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5 because it should have been longer, man. This and the Intercontinental Championship match should have been longer. That's horrible time management. And now, because of this horrible time management, granted this match was epic and it's probably the best match on the card, this match, the final match of the night, Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose, ladder match for the championship, 35 minutes and 40 seconds. Holy crapola. This match was long. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to cover it. I don't want to make this review 10 minutes longer. Hopefully I'm only going to make it at least 5 minutes-ish longer at the most. So, yeah, let's delve into this a little bit. So early on, Dean Ambrose got injured. He got a leg injury via Seth Rollins constantly aiming for his knee and, hurting his knee and crap. So that kind of, to me, hinted a little bit that Dean wasn't going to win this because that injury was going to fuck with him too much. And rightfully so, because there were several times, many times actually, where Dean should have won, but his leg and him climbing up the ladder, being injured so slowly, just slowed his progress of, getting to the top and grabbing the championship. So overall, I knew he wasn't going to win this. Now, granted, this was a heavily back and forth match, and I need to raise Dean Ambrose's durability in 2K15 now because the motherfucker is a tank. But yeah, it was a back and forth match. A lot of powerful offense from Seth Rollins in terms of using weapons, being creative, using the ring, using tables, not actual tables, but announcer tables. They went outside, I believe, once or twice in terms of the crowd. Not just outside the ring. They went outside the ring a lot. The announcer tables were used, chairs were used, ring posts, steps, and obviously the ladder was used a lot. Now, there were some pretty good moves used in this match, and I'm trying to remember off the top of my head because this was a really lengthy match. I only paid attention to probably 60% of the match because it was a really long match and it was hard to pay attention and keep watching at times. Just because, yes, it was a great match, and I'm gonna give the review right now. I'm just gonna say it's gonna be a 4 out of 5. It was a very good match. It's just, if you're not a person that can watch a 35-minute match, technically 36 minutes, technically speaking, because it was really close to it, then you're going to have a hard time watching this thing in one sitting. Because, my personal opinion, WWE matches really shouldn't go over, 30 minutes, unless it's like an Iron Man match or something like that, where the match is going to last a long time because of the timer or whatever. Because usually Iron Man matches, I believe, are like an hour long or something like that. They don't usually last that long off the top of my head. Sometimes they're usually shorter, just judging by who wins, actually. But they can last up to an hour. And sometimes a 2 out of 3 falls match, I can see that lasting for quite a while, but as of recent, they don't really take advantage of that, so, usually they're under like 20 minutes, 15 minutes even. But yeah, this match, it's hard to say, okay? It's a great match, a lot of great back and forth stuff, but because it was so long, you know, the other two matches that I mentioned on this pay-per-view could have been longer. This match could have been like 25 minutes, and extra time could have been added to, you know, primetime players, the tag team match, I mean, and the Intercontinental Championship match. This was just really bad time management on WWE's part. I mean, it's cool that we got a really long match. We haven't had one in a while, but when it's just a ladder match, I mean, you know, not even including like the 8 people. I believe that's 8 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 8 people. Like, you know, when it's not even including 8 people, and it's just, you know, 2 people, that match really shouldn't have lasted that long. That's my only complaint with this match, really. Now, as to finally say it, Seth did retain his title. He got the title. Dean didn't steal it again. He's not pulling a great Eddie Guerrero, you know, the late great Eddie Guerrero. He's not pulling any of his trickery and with stealing things. I love that comparison, by the way. A lot of people are comparing him to Eddie Guerrero just because he takes things. But yeah, Seth won literally by like a strand of like I don't know. He was pinching at something. Okay, he barely won this. Him and Dean climbed the ladder at the same time, and they were both grabbing onto the title, but Seth was the one to fully hold on to the title when they both fell, so he technically won, and that's basically the end of the pay-per-view, the end of that match anyways. So, if I had to overall give the pay-per-view a score, I gotta say this is like the 2 matches cannot hold this up that well. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. So, I'm gonna have to give this about a 6 or a 6.5 out of 10. As a total score out of 10. It just I can't say that much more. I'm repeating myself a lot. I apologize for that, guys. The video's getting kind of lengthy too, so I'm going to end it off soon, but time management is key in this, and the first 3 matches were heavily disappointing. The tag team match later on, too short, not enough moves being done, and John Cena versus Kevin Owens, John Cena didn't need to win that. I don't understand why John Cena just can't lose 2 matches, 2 pay-per-views in a row. Ooh, stuttered. I've been stuttering kind of a lot. It's because I'm still sick. I apologize, guys. But, yeah, I'm gonna keep repeating myself, so I'm gonna stop now. And I apologize again for that. It's just this pay-per-view, I didn't want to rewatch it at all. That's why I'm doing this review. Most likely, hopefully, I keep reviewing pay-per-views on time like I used to and don't keep skipping the reviews by accident. They really have kind of just been by accident. I don't mean to do it on purpose. I apologize for that, guys, if you actually look forward to the reviews. But yeah, I really didn't want to rewatch this, so I wanted to immediately do a review of it. Anyways, guys, this video's gone on long enough. So I will catch you in my next video. Peace.